Hey everybody, welcome back again to the Fish Tank. Today we're going to look at the two new cards that have just been added to Minion Masters. This is version 1.51. This is called Hail to the King, and we're going to see Denver the Fallen King and the Woggosaur Pub. Let's have a look at them on paper and see how they play out. So I've thrown together a deck here. It's not meant to be a good deck. Just a bit of a Slither themed deck just to try out this new stuff. Right, so first of all we've got Denver the Fallen King. Now this guy looks pretty damn awesome. So he's a 9 mana Slither minion. He's mythic. So of course mythic means cannot be displaced, only takes damage equal to 50% max health from destroy effects, and leaves the battlefield instead of dying, so cannot be revived. And of course you can only have one mythic of this type out at any time. So 900 health, so damn tanky. Does 150 damage every 3 seconds, but it's not quite as straightforward as you might think. So the way he does his damage is he will attack a minion or minions in a small area, throw them over him. When they land, they will take the damage, and also if they land on other minions, so other enemy minions, friendly to them but enemy to you, they will also damage those minions as well. So that's his sort of unique selling point. This throw over his head attack. He has a speed of 3, so he is very slow. So that's Denver the Fallen King. Fairly tanky, straightforward, but has this sort of special attack. And then the second card, the Woggosaur Pub. So, little guy, 3 mana Slither minion. So 350 health, same as a warrior. 20 DPS, much lower than a warrior. Melee, 4 speed, but he has an on-play effect. So on play, he will do a poison spit, which does 2 things. Firstly, it will do 50 damage immediately, and it will also apply 5 seconds of poison. So 5 seconds of poison is worth 100 damage. 20 DPS is what poison does. It does a range of 12, and the spit poison is an attack that can hit ground or air. His regular attack can only hit ground, but his on-play spit poison can hit ground or air. So decent removal, 150 damage, but of course 100 of it is over time. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see quite a lot of this guy this season, but let's jump in and see a little bit of them in action. Right, here we have a little test game against the bot, just to highlight the 2 new cards, just to show them in action. So we've got Denver, and we've got the Woggosaur Pub. As you can see, the Woggosaur Pub has the circle to give you an idea of how far he can do his poison spit, and it is a decent range. So we'll hit the closest thing. Remember, it does hit air as well, so we can use it here to remove. You can see that 50 damage immediately, and then the poison ticking over for the rest of it. Right, let's get Denver into the action. So you can see here, he's throwing units over his shoulder. They take damage as they land, and he can throw multiple units at once. Let's see how he gets on against the Colossus. Could be an interesting one. Throws the Colossus over his shoulder, spins round, throws the Colossus over his shoulder again. Okay. Looked like the Colossus may have missed one attack during that. And no need to finish this game, but just a quick illustration of sort of how the 2 new cards work. And I'm sure you guys can find out some way more exciting things to use them for than I have. So let's just pause this here. So yeah, that's Denver the Fallen King and the Woggosaur Pub. Let me know in the comments as always, what do you think of these 2 new cards? I think we're going to see quite a lot of the Woggosaur Pub. The Denver could be fun. We'll see, but these heavy cards you tend to not see played too often. Even though a lot of the Masters are now timer-based instead of cycle-based, people still seem to really like these cheap decks. So, as always, if you're new here, or if you haven't done so yet, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button. It really does help out, and I do try to bring you as much information about Minion Masters as possible. We've always got the patch notes, the tournaments, the metas, the gameplay, all sorts of fun stuff. So I'd love to have you join along. But that's all I wanted to cover today. Just a quick little video with the 2 new cards, and I'll see you out there on the battlefield. I'm bad as a fish, and as always, I'm awkwardly waving.